Hello, my name is Simonize, and welcome to another Simonize Guide video. Today, we're going to Stratholme to solo Baron Rivendare for a chance at the Deathcharger's Reigns mount. This is an exceptionally rare mount, but you can solo this as a rogue and make a little bit of gold along the way. Now, let's get to it. You can see my character's gear is very good right now. However, you don't need gear that is this good to be able to do this farm. So I'm actually just going to equip a bunch of nether blade and a bunch of weaker items to prove that you really don't need this level of gear, and we're going to breeze through this anyways. My talents are a standard combat rating spec with improved exposed armor. Improved exposed armor is actually very useful during the run here. We use it on all the bosses, and it helps us kill them very easily. We're going to be going into the back entrance of Stratholme. That positions us better to get to Baron Rivendare faster. And we've got instant poison on our Blink Strike and Latro's Shifting Sword. The better your gear is, the easier this will be, and the faster it will be. But you can definitely complete it even with this gear level, or even lower. You can bypass all of these skeletons and undeads. You hardly even need stealth to get past most of the mobs in here. If you just move carefully, you should be able to move quickly around all of them without aggroing them. In Stratholme, you have to kill 3 mini-bosses and then clear out the ziggurats behind them before the way to the final boss is opened. So our first goal is to kill the 3 mini-bosses, Nerubinkan, Baroness Anastari, and Malachi. First, we'll take a left here. We want to watch out for these patrolling gargoyles. And they move quickly, and then we can just move around them and watch for them incoming. Having a very zoomed out camera like this helps to see where the gargoyles are coming from. And we can just move right up to this boss here. I'm going to open with a 1-point slice and dice into Adrenaline Rush and Blade Flurry and Evasion. I'm going to build to 5 points as soon as I can, and then apply an Expose Armor, and then we just kind of DPS this boss down. Nothing too difficult. Loot the boss, and then we want to go into the ziggurat and kill these 5 acolytes that are in here. This is necessary for unlocking the way to the final boss at the end. Something you'll be doing a lot of is bandaging yourself. Bringing a lot of bandages to your Stratholme runs is very smart. If you do happen to aggro some mobs while you're running through here, you get a little bit too close, that's what you want to use Vanish for. I save Vanish so I can take these really aggressive routes, and then if I make a mistake, I'll use my Vanish to save myself. This boss will just spam Banshee Wail at you, which is a magic spell. You resist it almost all the time. What you want to look out for is Banshee Curse, which is a debuff she can put on you. That's what you want to use your cloak for. Increases your miss chance substantially. Pretty much everything else she does is not relevant. If your health gets low, you might want a health potion to prevent yourself from dying, of course. Loot up the Banshee's Touch and the Dreadmist Sandals and get a quick bandage in here. This time I saved my Blade Flurry for these acolytes. Makes it a little bit quicker to take them all out together. Here, I want to go into stealth mode and distract those ghouls to the left, which will allow me to easily sneak by them on the right. Now, I'm checking for any gargoyles. I see the coast is clear, so I can unstealth. I'm going to engage this ghoul and fight him in this corner. Malachi is a caster, and he has one dangerous spell called Ice Tomb. And you see, I engaged him from behind to open with a Garrote, but I want to move slightly to the left, just like this. And then what that'll do is if he casts Ice Tomb on me, he won't run away because of my position relative to his. If I had stayed over here and he Ice Tombed me, he would run this way and aggro these mobs. So this is a little safety. He didn't even Ice Tomb me this time, but positioning slightly to the left like that is a safety that'll make your runs a little more consistent in case he does Ice Tomb you. Get a little bandage here, and now all the Ziggurats are dead, so the way to the final boss is open. So that's our next goal, is to go straight for Baron Rivendare. Now, once I engage the first abomination, this gate will close, and the way back to the rest of the instance will be locked. So here we are at the abominations, and I like to engage this guy first. And once you engage the first abomination, it'll start a scripted timer for all the abominations to eventually walk towards this grate here. And if any of the abominations make it to that grate without being put in combat, it can bug out the event and cause this slaughterhouse door to not open sometimes, which is very bad. So as you're fighting these abominations, you need to keep an eye out and look to see if any of them are walking towards the gate. And if they are, you need to make sure you engage them in combat before they get to the end here. Otherwise, you risk losing your run. You can see this guy here is moving towards the gate now. I'm going to wait for him to get a little closer, then I'm going to engage him. All the abominations move in the same order every time. So when you go in, it's always going to be this guy who starts back there and comes up is going to be the first one to run towards the gate. Eventually, you'll get used to it and you'll know which ones are coming at which times and not really have to worry too much about it as you get used to these runs. These bile spewers spawn bile slimes, one while they're alive, and then 3 or 4 more when they die. These bile slimes don't have a lot of health, they hit you for a little bit of damage, they're kind of annoying to deal with, but not exactly a huge problem. This section is one where having higher powered gear really improves your clear time because it's a lot of fighting, killing a lot of mobs and taking a lot of damage. So better gear with higher avoidance and higher damage output will really accelerate this section, cause you to spend less time killing stuff, less time healing yourself. This Venom Belcher is on his way to the gate, so as soon as I kill this one, I'm gonna have to go engage that one too. Section, there are 3 crates called Stratholme supply crates. These always have Stratholme holy water in them, and you're going to want at least 1 Stratholme holy water to fight Baron Rivendare. It's very useful for clearing out the skeletons that he summons, and having extras can help you with the Blackguard as well. So be sure to loot them each time you come in here, because they can help you on your run. Now, I always save this abomination for last because how we pull him and how we kill him is going to be special to how we engage the next boss. I'm going to build up 5 combo points on this enemy and drag him directly to this door. I'm going to get him very low. And then hit a 5-point slice and dice off of him, and then immediately bandage myself to get myself back up to full health. As soon as this door opens, I'm going to re-stealth, cheap shot Ramstein, and fight him inside the Citadel here. And then pull him down the stairs. This part is important. 5 points, put up exposed armor. He just hit me for a lot of damage. I'm going to health potion for safety. I'm going to use a stun as well. This boss is stunnable and is very good to do. I'm getting a little unlucky here, so I'm hitting my evasion to help myself survive here. Our next goal is to kill the Blackguard, which are 5 elite skeletons that are spawned right now, right where Ramstein was standing, up those stairs around the corner. After Ramstein is dead, you have about 90 seconds to engage the sentries before they walk out into the middle of the room where all the abominations were. And you have to engage them before they do that. By pulling Ramstein into this area, we can avoid fighting the waves of undead that normally spawn. And we're not very good at fighting those as a rogue because we don't have good area damage effects. Now, as long as I stay back here down on these stairs, those waves of undead will not come to me. They have a pretty big aggro radius, so if I go too close to the front of this area, I might aggro them through the walls and they'll come in and they'll kill me. Blade Flurry makes taking out the Blackguard pretty easy, and now the way to Baron Rivendare is open. Because my gear is generally weaker, I'm going to make sure I have all my cooldowns available before I engage Baron Rivendare. So because I used Evasion and Blade Flurry just now, we're going to wait a little bit. With higher gear levels, I will generally just go into Baron Rivendare, only having Adrenaline Rush and Evasion available. Alright, now with Evasion available, Blade Flurry, Adrenaline Rush, and my trinkets, we're going to engage Baron Rivendare. We want to have our Stratholme Holy Waters at the ready, because we're going to use them to kill the skeletons that he summons. I'm going to run in, open with a 1-point slice and dice, and then immediately Adrenaline Rush and build for a 5-point expose. There he's summoning skeletons. I'm going to hit Evasion and use my Holy Water to take out all the skeletons at once. If those skeletons live for very long, he will sacrifice them to heal himself, which is very bad for you. You don't want that to happen. He's summoning more skeletons, and now I've got my Blade Flurry active, which will just take out the skeletons as they get to me. So I don't have to worry about Baron Rivendare healing himself. I am going to health potion though, because I was getting kind of low, and I don't want to risk an unlucky critical strike for him to kill me. There we go, and of course, we don't get the mount. The mount is absurdly rare, and I generally don't recommend doing this farm with any expectation of getting the mount. It is a fool's errand to chase such a rare item like that, but it is doable, and if you want to do it, this is a good way to do it. Thanks for watching the Simonized Show. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Can't wait for more sweet videos? Links are on screen that you can watch right now. Be sure to join the Discord server and pop by on Twitch to catch me live. Links to both are in the video description. Thank you for watching and have a great day.